First of all, what I want to do, I want to talk about the inventory management system, okay? Biggest thing I get is it's pretty easy, okay? Even I can do it, all right? And I'm about the most technologically challenged person in the building, and everybody will attest to that. I have not you too, Lisa, okay? But sometimes I have a hard time just getting in on the conference call, okay? But this is very simple, okay? But the biggest question I get all the time is why? Why this, okay? Kind of just dropped out of the sky, didn't it? Okay? Well, let me ask you something, and I'm going to put this in proper context for you. How many people in here are on auto ship? Raise your hand. Look around. Give me the lights, Howard. Okay? I want everybody to see how many people are on auto ship, all right? Now, of the products that you order on auto ship, how much of those products do you personally consume as an ultimate end consumer, consuming from your business with respect to real demand for that product in your household? Give me a show of hands, okay? Okay, it's pretty much everybody that's on auto ship. We personally use and consume those products, right? How many people like getting paid on all that volume created by auto ship? Raise your hand, okay? Now, I could probably end the presentation right now. That's why we have the inventory management system. I'm going to go through it real quick. Regulatory agencies and personal consumption. I want to talk about that a little bit, okay? Products purchased and used must be based on genuine consumer demand. They have no problem with it, provided it's based on genuine consumer demand, okay? And they permit the payment or compensation on that personal use, okay, and consumption if there are specific limitations and there are verification requirements in place. So these are the two things that have to be satisfied in order for us to stay between the white lines and get compensated, okay, for the volume that's produced from personal consumption, okay? Specific limitations and verification requirements. We're going to go through those two things because those are the two things that may basically allow us to do that. First, the compensation structure, our MPCP, cannot incentivize or encourage participants, okay, which are UFOs, so I want to make sure you know what participants mean, UFOs, to purchase product for reasons other than their own personal demand or actual customer demand, all right, in the marketplace. And what they want to make sure, specific limitations, there's reliable documentation, okay, whether particular purchases by participants, okay, UFOs, all right, were made to satisfy real household demand. In other words, there has to be documentation, all right? Verification requirements, documentation of actual sales to the ultimate end consumers, and personal use provide that relevant and reliable information that they're looking to have satisfied in order for us to get paid. Has everybody got that? Okay, in other words, it all boils down to what? Documentation. Now, in my life before Market America, I worked in a nuclear plant, okay? And what I used to do was go in and act like the nuclear regulatory agencies when we would be in outage and identify everything we were going to get, burnt for. In other words, all the procedure violations, the signing violations, everything is going in. Overexposure, ALARA, making sure everybody, low is reasonably achievable as far as radiation exposure. And I would self-identify where we were going to get busted if we didn't get our act cleaned up real quick. And what I realized was this: as far as the regulatory agencies are concerned and the government, if it isn't documented, it wasn't done. So if you had to survey a certain area with respect to radiation levels, contamination levels, whatever, if that survey wasn't done, you could do it and done it 10 times, okay, in a 24-hour period. But if there was not documentation demonstrated that it was actually done, signed off, double-checked the whole bit, it wasn't ever done. So the point is, they're sticklers for documenting, okay, to make sure that, the guidelines, the policies and procedures, are enforced. Now, I'm going to walk through this. I'm not going to do a point and click going through this because it's very easy, okay? We have had very, very little problems. Basically, the entire system is satisfied the scenarios for 97% of everybody in this room, okay? There's about 3% where we got to do some work because we got some one-offs, okay? And we're working to make those improvements so that we satisfy those 3% and we don't have to have you call in to, make adjustments, okay? So, that being said, very quickly, it's very simple. I'm just going to use this. This quarter right here, okay, everybody loaded their inventory between December 2nd and December 31st in 2019. That was to establish your initial inventory out of your physical inventory you had, whether it be your, we have a product closet, it might be some other room that you have where you store your product, but you had to take an inventory so the computer knew what you already had. Now, it was important for you to identify and load what you already had so that if you had to write receipts, okay, or enter receipts for that product, okay, so that it could be documented in your back office, that product had to be there in order for the receipts to be written, okay? And we didn't know what you had ordered over the past 25 years, all right? So what happens there is you load the inventory. Now, on the 31st of March 2020, okay, which is fast approaching, what will happen is you are going to be basically in your back office, it'll demonstrate to you or notify you of what products, okay, that you preloaded in the previous quarter. Well, the previous quarter was what? It was really just that window that you entered those products, right? Okay? So whatever products that you loaded in that inventory and you didn't, write a retail receipt, or when I say write, now we document, we plug it in. But when you plugged in a retail receipt, what happens is the products that you put on that receipt will be removed from your inventory. So if whatever products are left in the inventory that you entered between December 2nd and December 31st, what will happen is they'll show up in red. It'll say you have 2 units of this, 3 units of that, 1 unit of that, whatever it may be, that has to have a status assigned to it, okay? Now I'm going to go through that. Now, same thing happens here. After December 31st, everything was loaded for you. So everything you ordered that came to your address or an address other than a preferred customer, it's already been loaded for you. You never have to go load anything again. And what's going to happen on on June the 30th, okay, all the products that were loaded and you didn't sell and still are remaining in your inventory, it's just going to say you got to assign it a status. Now, that doesn't mean you can't assign a status along the way. You can assign a status along the way the whole time, okay? It's just going to say by the end of that quarter, you're going to, whatever turns up in red, you're going to have to assign a status, okay? All right, now, preferred customer, I'm just putting this up here because we overhauled the preferred customer area in your back office. Now you can search by name or email address rather than going through 4,000 people, scrolling down. You can just, boom, it goes right to Mary Beth Ebert and out we go, okay? And then you just click on it. It's much, much simpler, more efficient, okay? The assignment that I talked about, you're going to have to assign a status for anything you haven't sold out of there and is still in your inventory. Now, again, I'm going to reiterate, okay? I don't need this again, okay? Okay, what are they going to do? It's going to show up in red. So what it says in this example, these are the items from the previous quarter, okay, will need to be assigned because it doesn't have a status. They weren't sold, okay, and you didn't assign them a status along the way. Okay, but this is what's left. Now, here's what's going to happen. They turn up in red, and you've got Isotonics multivitamin in a single bottle. Oh, David's going, damn, I used that product. Okay, well, you're going to go in and you're going to sign it personal use. Oh, and I sold 2 of those bottles. I forgot to go in and plug them. I sold them to somebody. Then go in and create a retail receipt. Now we're down to 1. Okay. Now, what's to happen to 1? Well, I'm just going to leave it in inventory, carry it over to inventory into the next quarter. Boom, that's the status, okay? We're going to go through that in a second, I think. Yeah, here we go. All right, now, what's going to happen? You go down here, and this is the status you can select from. It's very simple. Personal use. You want to keep it in inventory, roll it over. Promotional or advertising, I gave it away, okay? or damaged or expired, or if you have you're a health professional, you can say sold to practice, okay? Now, the thing is here's what's going to happen. I know I got questions coming up. Here we go, okay? Will you red flush or purge if you don't assign status to the required products, the ones that were in red? No. Nobody's going to purge. Nobody's going to flush. You're just going to have to go assign the status. I think it takes all of 7 seconds, okay? I don't think anybody needs to, just go do it. The only punishment really is going to be, you're not going to be able to order a product and have it drop shipped to a customer, okay? You're just not going to be able to order products and have it shipped to your address or somebody's address that's not a preferred customer. People ask me, does it apply to UFOs and sales reps? Well, the sales reps required to do a Form 1000 quarterly sales report? Yes. So the answer is yes. And yes, all UFOs have to do it. Okay? Shopping annuity branded products, globalshop.com purchases, okay? And super IBV products, they don't appear in your inventory because they're all already considered personal use, okay? So they won't go into your inventory, okay? So they won't show up, so you won't have to assign them a status, all right? Can I ship an order to another unfranchised owner? Yes. If I get in a bind, I can't drive to Charlotte anymore, but if I got into a bind and had to go over to Dennis's house and get 3 bottles of Calcium Plus because I had a run on mine, okay, I can go borrow the 3 bottles of Calcium Plus. I can replace those 3 bottles of Calcium Plus, okay? Now, remember, I went to get those 3 bottles for what? For a reason, am I right? I went in because I had customers that wanted them, and I was caught short. So what I'm going to do is I'll drop ship the product to Dennis, replace the 3 that I borrowed. I took the 3 this morning, and I went and I had to go deliver them because I already have them sold. Now, those products, when I ship them to Dennis, what happens? They go into my my inventory. And all I'm going to do is what's the status going to be for those products? That's where I'm going to document them that they were sold. Does everybody follow? Good. All right. So the answer is yes, but you got to assign accordingly. I made a mistake in assignment. Right now, contact unfranchised services. They have the ability to correct it. Okay? But there's not many mistakes, that can be made if you just take your time and, think about what you're doing. If I'm an iTransact member, can I split the order and fill part of the inventory and drop ship the rest of the order? Yes, but I'm going to tell you, contact Scott Grogan because there's so many conditionals involved, it totally confused me, okay? And what we're doing right now is working on a very, very solid fix so that you'll be able to do that efficiently and effectively, okay? But anyway, I would do that. It would have took me 3 slides to go through how to do it, all right? So can we adjust drop ship receipts? Currently, no. Currently, you can't adjust the drop ship because they're already displayed at full retail price. Eventually, you'll be able to modify the drop ship receipts to represent exactly what you sold the product for, okay? And it'll be a long-term fix. Will there be reports available? Yes. By the end of March, there will be a series of reports that are going to be based on all the data that we collect from this inventory management system, and you'll be able to, the first set of reports will arrive the end of March, and we'll continue to work on more, okay? Why the end of March is because it's the tax season for 2019. All right, I would ask, is there any more questions, but, that would be kind of stupid. So here's what we're going to do. I've got a few minutes left. I want to talk about something else, okay? I want to tell you, how many people in here know how to ride a bike without training wheels? Raise your hand. Get them high. All right? Okay, that's about 97% of the people in this room. Y'all know how to ride a bicycle, 2-wheel bicycle without training wheels. Am I right? Let me ask you something. Who taught you to ride that bike? Who taught you how to ride that bike? Your sister? No. Not that one, okay? The sister, the mother, the brother, the father, the guy next door, the girl next door, it doesn't matter, but somebody taught you how to ride that bicycle, am I right? Nobody, I don't know if, I know we used to go to swimming classes, but there's no bike riding classes. I remember we would go to swimming lessons, but no bike riding lessons. That was left up to who? Father, brother, sister, whatever, the siblings. That's what it was done, and that's how it's always been done for generations. And let me tell you what, you took a powerful beating to learn to ride that bike, a powerful beating. Some of us broke bones, got stitches. That was our first introduction to getting stitched up at the hospital in the ER, okay? But we took a powerful beating learning to ride that two-wheel bike without training wheels. But it's something you can do just like clockwork. You could get on that bike right now. Even the ones that don't think they can, I'll guarantee you, you would be able to get on that bike and ride that bike without training wheels. Guarantee it. Now, think about this. How many of us can really identify products that we're already purchasing from some other business establishment, and instead of buying them from another business establishment, just simply transfer those purchases over to the business, to the products that we sell and represent in our business? How hard is that? Not very hard. Not as hard as riding that damn bike. Guarantee it. Not as hard as learning how to ride that bike. But see, here's the difference. When you wanted to ride that bike, see, there's two things. One, it was a challenge. No different than maybe base 10 is a challenge. But the thing that makes it happen is you were willing to do anything in the world to learn how to ride that bike. You had to go through a whole lot more hell learning how to ride that bike than doing base 10. See, but the thing is riding that bike, it represented something that you wanted to experience so bad. It represented freedom, getting out of the yard, belonging to the cool group of the guys and girls that could ride where maybe they shouldn't ride. But it was freedom. It was our first experience. We wanted that experience of being independent, okay? Not having our mothers and fathers up our rear end. You know, we could get out, do things, kind of like let our hair down at 7 years old. You know? You think about it. The girls, man, I'm cool. You know, but the thing is you wanted it so bad. You were willing to risk breaking bones, getting stitched up, you know, concussions, and you get right back on that bike and damn it, I'm gonna get it done. But this business is really even easier when you focus on base 10. It's easier than riding that bike. You just got to find the inspiration, okay? Find the inspiration, identify that why, that burn that you want more than anything in the world, and then this becomes a piece of cake. I'll give you a quick way to how to achieve base 10. I mean organically, naturally, so that it happens and reoccurs every single month like clockwork. You just got to be a product of the product. It's got to be based on real consumer demand in your household or your extended household, if need be. And what I mean by extended household, I've got kids that don't live with me. But by God, they put clothes on their back, food on their table, a roof over their head, and put them through college. They're going to use SNAP, damn it. You with me? Because that's what put them through college. That's my extended household. Then guess what they're going to use for shampoo, conditioner? Does everybody get this? Okay? The thing is this is something we can do. You just got to get committed and make it happen. We say, oh, this is easy. No, we leave it for granted. It's like something that it's like the can you keep kicking down the road. Quick, I'll tell you how you get 10 P. I'll tell you how to get 10 PCs right away. If you're willing to commit, if you want them. You want 10 repeat customers right away as fast as possible? Huh? You got to make the commitment to get 10. And if you are, I'll tell you how. I'm going to share exactly what I did. And I learned this from Tony Bowling. He don't even know he taught it to me. Okay? I eavesdropped on a phone call that he had, okay, with one of his disturbed unfranchised owners. And he basically told him to shut up, take the 80 packets, 3-day trial sizes of Thermochrome 5000, staple his business card to it, and go hand it out free to the first 80 people he saw, then come back and call him. I was sitting there. He goes, he won't call. Everything will be great. I'm like, anyway, so I was down there at his house. I walked away. I said, man, I went right back home to New Jersey. It was about 2 hours away. And I put a case of Thermochrome 5000 trial sizes on my auto ship. And I left it there on my transfer by, and I took my business cards, and how hard is it to give something away and write a name down so that you can track them and do 3 things? Not that hard. So if you really want to do it, all I did is I did it for 6 months. Got rid of 80 trial sizes. I'm going to tell you right now, you don't even have to do it for 6 months. Do it for 3 months. Order 3 boxes of the daily essentials 1 month, 3 the next month, 3 the next month, and make sure you get 30 3-day trial sizes out every single month. Do your sheet. Follow the 3 steps that you got to do. Make sure they get the link to the video. Ask the questions, follow up. That's 90. That's 90 people. I will guarantee you will have 10 repeat customers. I'm telling you right now, that's the elevator to success with respect to base 10, okay? Just cut all the other crap. Just do it. Do it. If you want it, if you want to ride the bike, okay? But I'm going to tell you right now, if we could get 50% to 60% of our organization all achieving base 10 organically, real consumer demand, not only our household, but those 10 preferred customers. Once you get somebody, you get a customer as a repeat customer, they're buying that product again and again and again. Why? Because they've gotten positive results, positive experience. All you do is leverage that experience, those results, and introduce what? Cellular labs. I love this stuff. I'm taking a bath in it lately. Okay? I'm getting old. But the thing is this. You can introduce other products, and you just leverage and capitalize on the success of one. Pretty soon, those 10 PCs at 30 BV, it's 70 BV, it's 80 BV, it's 170 BV. Not because you're selling them anything. You're just exposing and introducing additional products that do what they say they do. And like Lauren said, you get the products in their hands, they're going to do their job for you. And believe me, now what you have is you have residual income here. Do you understand? We think it's the big organization. Your first taste of residual income is right here. Why? Because that volume is going to get repeat and regenerated constantly based on one action. Based on one action, you're going to get paid over and over and over and over. All we think about is the commissions. No, it's a concept. It's a concept. Same thing with IBV. Okay? It's a process. It's a step-by-step. You say, I hear it. You can't see the forest because of the trees. And how we're trying to get people to focus on the forest all the time. Guess what? We don't have a forest unless I have a tree, a tree, a tree, a tree, a tree, a tree. I need all you to be trees, and this is what I'm talking about. Or we have no forest. We're focused on the wrong thing. You want to change the world? Change your neighborhood. Take care of your own backyard. Take care of your front yard. Keep it simple. This business works if you work it the way it was designed to be worked. But we only do 4 things. 4 things. We use product. We sell product. We share the business for people that truly want to ride the bike. Not people that don't want to ride the bike. If they don't want to ride the bike, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with the business. They just don't want to ride the bike. That's why we have a names list. Next. And the last thing is we buy tickets. We buy tickets. That's the 4th thing we do. We buy tickets. Why do we buy tickets? Because we use the events to educate our people so that we don't have to educate them one-on-one. We use the events. As Andy says, it's our office. The money from the tickets just represent our contribution to paying the lease. That's what it's all about. It's the energy. It's the excitement. It's the verification. It's the validation of the business. This is where it gets validated. People don't believe you because they know you. But they'll believe Tom. They'll believe Stacy. They'll believe Andy. They'll believe Dennis. They'll believe Alice, James, Marion. They're not going to believe me. They know me. Familiarity breeds contempt. They'll listen to James. They don't even know him, and they don't understand. But they'll believe him more than me. And that's why we bring our people to see, verify, and validate that this business works. If you work it. And if they don't, next. Next, let me tell you what, this business is like going to Vegas. It's like going to Vegas and you never run out of chips. They just keep bringing trays of chips to you and you just keep rolling the dice. So we can all, we're looking for secrets. You already possess the skill sets necessary to succeed in this business. Okay, we can all identify products we're currently buying every 4 to 6 weeks, identify where we're buying them, quit spending our money there, and spend them where? At our business. How hard is that? How hard is it to basically get 10 customers by giving 3-day trial sizes of product away and then following up on 3 basic steps? Not hard. Do you realize you can get to this? You can achieve 10 repeat customers before you ever get to your names list. You never have to, before you ever get to your warm market to get Aunt Betty Sue to do you a favor and buy shampoo from you, you can hit the cold market, people you don't even know, and give it away. And guess what? If they say no, it hurts a hell of a lot less than if Aunt Sue says no. It's a business. We're entrepreneurs. Let's act like them. We use the product, we sell the product, we sell the business opportunity, and we buy 3 tickets. I'm not telling anybody you got to buy 7 tickets, 9 tickets, 15. Every single one of you in here need to buy 3 tickets. Don't tell me you want to ride the bike and you don't have 3 tickets. It just drives me crazy when we have 7,000, 8,000 people in a room, okay, and we don't sell 24,000 tickets. Do you understand? The ticket represents leverage. It's leveraging you to do things you otherwise probably aren't going to do. That's why you got to buy the 3 tickets. And when I'm talking about what you're not going to do, I just went through them. And if you're not going to do what you can do, you're capable of doing, then don't say you want to succeed in the business. You're kidding yourself. You're wasting your time. You're wasting other people's time. Don't. The thing is, you got to decide, do I want to obtain something that I currently don't have, and am I willing to do something in addition to what I'm currently doing to obtain it, or not? It's a simple yes-no answer. But make no mistake about it, it's not because I can't, it's because I won't. It's because I choose not to. And that's okay. That's okay. But never say the business doesn't work. It's the most unbelievable business vehicle I've ever seen in 28 years. Keep it simple. Keep it real. Keep it real. Now, I'm going to leave you with this. Go now and get your 3 tickets so that when I see the numbers tomorrow, I can figure out who is in and who's out. Because the numbers are going to tell me that. Okay? God bless you. See you later.